Hello, my friends. How are we? How is everyone today? So we talk about this a lot. The fluffier the brush, the more diffused and the lighter that application. So diffused, think of it as being lighter coverage. So whenever you see a fluffy brush, you're going to see lighter coverage. And then anytime you see a brush like, and that was the C41, which we use this as a blush brush, but I feel that since I have brushes, I'm kind of the instructions that come with the brush, so you could definitely use this for your tinted moisturizer and your powder foundations, which we're about to get to. Thank you all so much. I see your comments. I don't do lives a lot, so forgive me. I'm trying to multitask, but it is a little overwhelming as my hives are coming through. So now, again, this is the C42, and for whenever you're wanting more coverage, it doesn't mean extreme coverage. Obviously that takes building, but if you just want to kind of get the most coverage quickly out of a product, you're going to reach for something that's more dense. Now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little demo of the powder foundation. Now you can absolutely use the C42 with this. I'm going to go ahead and I wanted to show you really quickly. This is going to give us a lot more coverage, and I'm just kind of going in here, not going back and forth, just some nice little taps, and then that's going to be able to build the coverage. But this isn't the brush I would normally use with a powder foundation. And this is the Cover FX. This is the Pressed Mineral. Just making sure that I'm getting, yep, Pressed Mineral foundation. I wear shade L1. So this, the C41 is the brush that I would recommend with the powder foundation. Isn't that pretty? Look at that instantly. And then I tapped in a few more times. And then if you wanted to build it up, you absolutely could, but this is how I like to wear it. The C41 is a brush that I've always reached for when it comes to powder foundations. I love how we get to this point. And the number one, what did I forget and what can I not find? If anybody here ever watches my stories, there is one thing that literally runs away from me no matter what I do. She is literally on the lamb. I don't even know how she was all the way over there. I'm waiting for Sheila. Oh my gosh, y'all are making this so much fun. Thank you so much. I found Sheila literally across the room. I don't know how. So I'm just gonna lightly wipe this away with some micellar water. Y'all are so much fun. Thank you so much. And thank you all for being so sweet and so kind. It's really rare on the internet these days. Oh my God, the Elsie sponge. You're funny. You've been around for a long time. Honestly, there's been some development since then. I've obviously turned into a brush girl. Sheila has absolutely ran away. Y'all are so precious. Okay, so we have that wiped off, and even though we have a powder on here, if you just do a couple wipes, they go right to liquid, which is what I was going to show you. So another thing this is the Cover FX. This is their tinted moisturizer. This is so beautiful. So I'm just going to do a little bit here on the back of my hand. We're about to get to high coverage, so I'm going to show you one of the more full coverage foundations. So we're just still working on our C41. So whenever we're doing the C41, we're getting less coverage, but that's what we're after. Y'all are so sweet. I'm just reading. Oh, thank you for just being so lovely. Actually, I'm getting the original Sheila framed. I am. Absolutely. She was there for us. She's the OG. I remember the first day I got the OG Sheila. Okay. So let's go ahead. And we're going to put on our tinted moisturizer. Now, this is also a really helpful tip, and a lot of this goes with, I don't ever want you to feel pressure when you come to my page. I just want you to learn. But anytime, no matter what foundation, aside from powder foundation, I like to smooth it out on my jawline. And the reason why is because I don't like to just pump things here, because what that does is, not only is that going to be too much, but it kind of just distorts the brush, and then you don't get the full effect of what the brush can do for you. So I'll always put it on my jawline first. And I know some of us, say you're doing makeup on a client, we don't want to use our fingers, or you don't like to use your fingers, use a spatula. okay? Just pick it up and then just kind of smooth it. It really makes a difference. It even makes a difference on how your foundation is going to wear throughout the day. It makes a difference. Okay, so back to our C41, and this is the same one that we used with the powder. Now we're just going to go ahead and start to tap this on. And don't be afraid to add a little bit more if you want to. Oh, that is so pretty. It's like glass skin. Thank you all for the sweet comments. I'm trying to multitask. I should start doing this more often. But I just get scared. The internet is just a scary place. Okay, I'm just adding more. Again, you could use your finger, but I had that. Oh, you just got your little makeup spatula. So important. Now, if you like glow, this is so beautiful. Now I have glass skin. I love it. And let me tell you what shade that I wear in this one. And this is shade 3. It's so lovely. Oh, I also want to teach you one more thing. Let me show you on this side. So a lot of times when we use our powder foundation, we sometimes still want to use concealer. And I feel that that can sometimes get confusing. What did I put over here? That's the powder foundation. Let me get that off. Oh, my page is always a safe place. We are just having fun, and I love you, Benjamin. I see you. He's literally in the other room. Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting screaming at the top of your lungs and us laughing at you on my story? So just some micellar water. I'm just tapping that away very gently, even though it looks chaotic. If actually you want to know what, it would be really helpful if you could type or just go copy and paste the name of the concealer. That way I can pin what I'm using, which I will go back through and we'll talk about it again. So what we would do is I'm going to hop over into these brushes. So if you ever want precision, you're going to want the C30. And this is the Cover FX concealer, which I will pin for you in just 1 second. And this is our C30. And this one is precision. So we're just going to place it with this. And I'm going to show you one more time. With the, Gene, keep it down. He's literally snoring. I'm going to show you again with the powder foundation. So say that we want some coverage underneath our eye, and we like the hydration from this kind of concealer in this particular formula. We need that hydration underneath our eye. Even if we're oily, let me get a little sippy sip. Even if we're oily, hydration underneath the eye, never a bad idea. Especially depending on the climates that we live in. Some of us could live in a drier climate, and that under eye, the under eye just wants to betray you, and it wants to become dry. So I always recommend a liquid concealer. I just grabbed a little bit more, and I'm just going to place some here through the center. Did we get it? You commented? I probably missed it. Oh, it hasn't come in yet. Wow, y'all are really sweet. Bless y'all. Okay, so this is that's the concealer I'm using right now, and I'm using shade L2, and it's quite literally perfect for me. Okay, so then we're going to take our C31, and if you've ever wondered why the C31 is so small, it's because very tight around the eye, that's where we tend to get fine lines. And if you use a smaller brush around these fine lines and work it in, it truly makes a difference on how the concealer wears. You will have less creasing. Sometimes when we go in with a larger concealer brush, we're kind of just tapping over, but we're not really getting in there and working that concealer in so it can create that more even canvas. So that is the story behind the C31. I promise you, it really isn't too small, because you could even, from this point on, we could switch over to this and blend, and it's much, much quicker. But if you are struggling with any kind of creasing, a short, dense brush like the C31 all the way. Okay, so now say we needed some more coverage anywhere else, we would still add our concealer. I'm just going to do it underneath the eye, or maybe here. Let's just cover up this little extraction situation. There we go. Ooh, look at that coverage. And again, the concealer I'm using is pinned. If you want to look at it really quickly, and then I'm going to pin the brush. The brush, C31.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Nice. Now, we're having fun. That's really good, isn't it? Look at that. Where'd it go? Everybody go get this concealer. that's, woo. And also, if you needed more coverage for like a blemish, any kind of spot concealing of any kind, short dense brush. So honestly, this right here, that's a happy little duo right there. That really is. Let me make sure. That's the C31. Alrighty. So let's just act like we're doing this again. I can wipe my face off again. I'm just here to help. So I am pretty much loading up the brush here. And again, this is the powder foundation, shade L1. And now we would just go in and we would set. I'm not going to take it all the way down, just kind of showing you. But imagine that the wet would go underneath. Oh, that looks really good. But the wet goes underneath the powder. So if you ever needed more coverage, a lot of times I absolutely just use this alone. But I do understand that we all have different ideas of what we're wanting to cover. That looks so good. Brand new person on this side. All right. How are we feeling? Are we having fun? And again, if you're wanting to know about the new brush releases or more pairings, what's going to be happening down the road, make sure you're signed up for both emails, Cover FX and Rosenman Beauty. It's very exciting. It's all is exciting. Another sip. That looks so good. Okay, we're moving on. I'm itchy. You best believe what I'm getting away from my nose. Jean. Cat hair always. All right, so let's wipe off our C42 here. Y'all are so wonderful. Well, coverage really isn't about skin type. That's more of just a preference. What kind, it's more about what formula. And for oily skin, obviously the powder foundation is going to be fantastic. It's this duo right here, that concealer and then the powder foundation. But we're moving on to another formula. One that if you ever catch my IG stories, you have seen this. I don't even know how long or how many times. This technically isn't a new formula. Remember when it was in the square bottle? I was so sad when we thought things were happening, but things aren't happening. Okay, we got our new little bottle here, and this formula is here to stay. And it's honestly, for a long time, it has been one of my favorite formulas. And that's one of the reasons that Cover FX and I, or Rosenman Beauty, decided to kind of partner. It just makes sense. It makes sense to do a giveaway and more fun surprises. All right, now you do see what I'm doing here, right? This is kind of, I feel in stories, sometimes I have to cut it because I only have 1 minute slides, but y'all, I shake. So if you're ever like, oh yeah, let me pick up my foundation, couple shakes, no. You need to go have a conversation, have a little chat, take your foundation with you and shake it. Because it really, really, really does make a difference. So that concealer is pinned, y'all. And then, oh, I forgot to pin. Can you comment just the Rosenman Beauty C31 again? And then I'll pin that brush that I was using. Yeah. Sorry, that was my fault.
No, it's okay.
We're chatting. Oh, here. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, y'all get it. I know it seems, it's almost tedious, but it makes such a difference because even if it sits for 30 minutes, what can happen in the bottle? Really with anything, even salad dressing, okay? Think of it as salad dressing. I get my ranch out, I'm shaking from my life. I'm making Julia laugh now. She's probably just laughing at me though, not with me. I hope y'all are laughing with me. There it is. So that brush that I just used with the concealer, I'm pinning it right now. And that pin comment is the brushes that I'm using. And I always wanted to be very upfront with y'all. It's what I've been doing for the past, I guess 10 years that I've been doing this now. I really wanted to name our company something that would not ever make you think that it wasn't attached to me. I didn't think that we would get lost in any way calling it Rose and Ben Beauty. You do understand that these brushes are ours, so I just never wanted you to feel like anything is a secret. It's all out in the open. If you ever wondered where the name Rose and Ben comes from, just very quickly, we were a band. We as in Ben and I. We were a band. We were out there touring. We were playing in Nashville. And when I first created my IG, it was a band page. We went by Rose and Ben. Here we are many years later, and I just think I just can't change it now. It just is what it is. All right, so I'm going to move on. We're going to fuller coverage. And remember how I talked about the C41? That's less coverage. If you want more coverage, you're going to reach for a denser brush, just like this little guy here. Okay, remember this? Dense coverage. Dense coverage. So the first one I'm going to use is this. That should be good. So I wear the shade M3, and this is the Power Play Foundation. Mm-hmm. We got it. She's on it.
I was going to do them together.
Yes, I would love that.
So C42.
Yes. So helpful. Oh, thank you. I'm going to have a little sip. A little baby sip. Lillian remembers me on Pinterest. I was a Pinterest person.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's see here. I'm waiting for it to come through. What are y'all saying that my voice sounds distorted, or are y'all just making absolute fun of me? Please, I am sensitive and I will cry in this live. Okay, it's an IG issue. I am not opposed to crying on the internet. Y'all are so sweet. I didn't see it come through. Julia, did I miss it? I see Ben commenting. Okay, good. Thank you.
Did you
Oh,
get it?
no, actually I didn't. I'm just double checking. I'm sorry. Thank you. It was there. Okay, well, now it's not. It's ran away. RUNNOFT.
Redo it.
She's redoing it for me. I can't do it. All right. So again, I don't love that. Okay. For one thing, I don't want to touch that to my face. I know where my face has been, but it's not going to be good. You're just not going to get the best application that way. I'm just still looking for the comment, which I'm still not seeing. Apparently, I have blocked Rose and Ben Beauty. Oh my gosh, weird. Okay, maybe get out of it and come back in.
Okay.
Oh, I just saw my friend Melissa joined. I love you, Melissa. Winners have been announced. Thank you, Ben. But do not worry, because the winners will be pinned in this live. So once I'm going to save this video and it'll go right to my page, and then you will definitely be able to see and go check out and go congratulate who won. But also, if you didn't win, do not feel bad. We have surprises coming. We're working on different things. Just everybody, just put a smile on your face, and everybody, we're here to have fun. All right, I'm going to see if I can type it out. So this is where we're going. Yes. I don't believe she was doing it. Okay, so that's where we're going. Sorry for that. So what I like to do, again, I don't like to put it on my face. That's going to be too much. Now, I do know how much to put here, so you're not going to waste it. I put about 5 little drops. That's going to give us full coverage. Let's say medium to full. And then I still have that on. Let me wipe that off my face. Y'all are so wonderful, and you're making me feel so comfortable on live. Honestly, I tune in to live sometimes just to say hi to my friends, and then everyone's just not nice, and I'm scared, and then I escape that live, and then I'm like, I can't do that. I'm crying. So thank you all so much. Okay, there we go. Nice. Do y'all see how red my skin gets? You just look at me wrong and I turn into a tomato. But then it goes down really quickly. Okay, we're done. So again, you could use your spatula, not a big deal. And then I'm gonna put some here. Oh, the way that this already feels on my skin, it's something my skin is just used to, and it makes me so happy. So C42, it's pinned right now. This is the Rose & Ben Beauty C42 foundation brush, and then I'm using the Power Play foundation shade M3. I'm M3 now because I'm a little bit more sun-kissed, is how I like to say. Look at it. That was a great demonstration, okay? The density of the brush is taking this foundation further, but then the coverage and the texture is so beautiful. It's gone. The redness is gone. I am brand new. Look at that. And then, ooh, this is important. I forget that we might have some people that don't tune into my stories. You'll notice this entire time I have not dragged the brush, not one time. I'm gonna add just a little bit more foundation. You only see me tap. Even when I'm applying it right there, even when I was tapping it with my finger just to get it on my face, I am tapping. Tapping just builds the coverage and it keeps it absolutely streak free. And then the C42, all of the fibers in the Rose & Ben Beauty collection, they do not absorb, okay? It's all right here in the front. It's not going into the brush. So that's also keeping the coverage. And that's why these pair so perfectly with Cover FX. Look at that. And then if you wanted to build it up more, you absolutely could, but I would be okay right there. I'd be fine with that. Minus the cat hair. It's a mess. As he's literally honk-shoeing behind me. Thank you so much for watching my stories. I'm gonna do 2 more little drops on the back of my hand. I'm gonna pick it up, and then let's do it right here. Oh, I just heard Ben come out of his office. Did I say something wrong? Oh, man. Oh, man. Ooh, look at that coverage. It's so good. Perfect. All right, now this is going to be medium to full coverage. Depending on your skin prep, because skin prep is really, it's crucial. It's crucial to kind of make foundations work for you. It just really depends on that. But this one works for just about any skin type. The way that it feels on my skin, it just feels like nothing. It's truly, I mean, again, anybody that watches my stories knows that I use this, and I have been using it. Yes, the dense brush is going to work with any kind of, okay, so we're getting to that. I'm so glad I read that. Please don't look at that cat hair. I can't do lives. There's too much cat hair. If you ever wonder why I don't take clients anymore, this is why. I have cat hair. Okay, so let me get this off because I want to show you the coverage. And this is what we're talking about. So this is the Cover FX. This is the cream, the Total Cover Cream Foundation. And this shade is L2. And you're gonna notice those little marks in there because I'm not gonna do this. I'm just not. I just don't want you to. I want you to just get the most out of your makeup. And then if you do it that way, your brushes are actually way easier to clean, and then you don't mind cleaning them, and then you have less little blimmies, and it just all works out so nicely. Yes, that if you have rosacea, please, yes, you just saw my cheek flare up to strawberry proportions. Okay, so now let's honk shoe. That's a good question. I like that. And I will answer some questions as soon as I just kind of run you through. We're almost done with the pairings here. But you'll notice I didn't take the foundation all the way underneath my eye. And the reason why is because I like to put my concealer there. I'm just going to throw it on really quickly. I just feel that concealer underneath the eye is better for me. And I don't want to put it on top of the foundation under my eye. Now on our face, where I normally put this, it all sticks out. The bone sticks out here. We have our nose. Everything is coming forward. But anywhere that I have a hollow, I want to put the least amount of product there. And our eyes as human beings have hollows. So I wouldn't want the foundation there. I want the concealer there because I want the least amount of product there as possible. Now, if need be, I would have put a corrector, but I don't really need that today. So we could do that really thin corrector underneath there and then layer that on top, but I don't like to put it on top of the foundation underneath my eye. Everywhere else, you're good, but underneath my eye, only the concealer or the corrector at the same time. Okay, for the glass skin, that was the Cover FX Tinted Moisturizer here. It's gorgeous. It's called Radiant Start. You definitely have to like a luminous finish with this one, though. That looks so good. I kind of want to set it. She's setting it. She is in me. I am she. Ooh. Please, Jean.
Do you want me to get him?
No, we don't disturb him. He's resting. Jean's just going through it. Okay. Now my skin prep's on my saved highlights. And then let me get this off. And then I want to show you the coverage. And this one, I'm not even going to use concealer. I'm going to use this as concealer. This texture is so beautiful. I don't even know if you can see it. All right, here we go. Y'all are being so sweet. Again, thank you so much. I know it feels that I do this all the time and I'm in front of a camera, but it's so different when it's live and it's scary. And thank you for making me feel so comfortable. The internet is scary, but y'all are literally little angels. That's not a dog. Okay? Okay, if you want to know, it's not a dog. It is a ginormous, what? The vet says perfectly healthy. Ginormous, perfectly healthy orange Tom cat. He's an extra large orange man, as I like to call him. It's not a dog snoring. I have a dog over here too. He's kind of snoring, but nothing snores like Jean, the cat. Everyone, oh, I love that y'all even know Jean. It just makes me want to cry. I'm not gonna cry, y'all are so sweet. Yes, he's a big old boy. And he's a loving boy. He literally does no wrong, but the only wrong he does is he takes baths during my stories, all my videos. If you go watch any of my videos, turn up the sound, you will hear snoring. I do not wake him up. I do not kick him out because he's an angel. And he's in all of them. All right, so let's do this. So again, it's called Total Cover. Okay, we're ready? And C42. We're gonna unpin this. Let's get that going. Yes, the cat is literally Garfield, except for less attitudinal. Just always, like Jean, if you pick him up, he's like, hug, absolutely. He's never like, no, not right now. He's a dog when it comes to that. He's the sweetest. I love you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. You're just angels. Thank you so much for being so sweet to me. Actually, if you want to know about sunglasses, about smudging, I literally just posted that. So if you check Reels, I think it's a post back. Jane's snores are literally part of the experience. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Julia. Okay, here we go. So total cover. If you want to cover, you're going to reach for this. And this formula, again, it just depends on how you prep your skin. Isn't that fun? That ain't going nowhere. But it feels so lightweight. Oof. Shade match? Yes. Oh, and let me tell you the shade I'm using. Now, with this, you definitely want to make sure it's really nice and smoothed out. L2 is my shade. Oh, they're thanking you for helping. We don't deserve y'all. Angels, I swear. I know, I can't do this alone, especially because of my nerves. I am very grateful for Julia helping me. Okay, but what you're noticing here, you are seeing me completely smooth it out. Okay, this right here, see the little lines? That's okay, but we just don't want any clumps. We want it nice and smooth. And again, you could use your finger, but I love these, and I always have. I've been a spatula smoother for many years. Ready? C42. Oh, I almost sabotaged myself. Now, I don't mind touching my face, so I'm just going to use my finger. Did you see that sabotage? It's my first day doing a tutorial. Oh, bless y'all. Okay, now, coverage. Let's do it. I'm just smoothing it out. Let me get closer. Let me get out of here. Let me get out of the bushes. Here we go. Whee. That's literally what goes on in my head. And then this one, it is so full coverage, but you have that nice extra hydration. We can just pop that underneath here. Look. Now, if you're thinking, this is a really good tip. I feel that full coverage foundations can be intimidating because what they do is they completely blank out. So you see, we have the power play over here, and you're still able to kind of see a little bit of my under. I could have built this up more, but on this side, you're able to see that undertone peek through. On this side, it is truly a blank canvas, and it might even look a little too light, but that's because you are literally not able to see anything else. It's just the foundation says, hi, I'm the foundation. I am the clean slate. Do with me what you will. And then I'm going to take just a little bit more, and I'm just going to put it underneath my eye. And that's going to be our concealer too. This looks so good, but I feel that that's a really good tip. So if you ever go to the store and or anywhere, if you're just testing on a new foundation, maybe you had one in your drawer and you're thinking, oh, I want to try this. Oof, that looks so terrible. When you're doing the full coverage, it's just a blank canvas. Now it has to match a little bit. You'll see right here, that undertone and everything is matching, but it's just blank. Let's put it on my forehead too. And then we'll just do a quick little set, and then I want to show you. Okay, let's just read this. Bless y'all, y'all are so sweet. But that's a really good tip for any foundation. But if you are after, I don't know if you've checked out CoverFX's Instagram recently, but you can see kind of the campaigns that they've been doing, and they're pretty spectacular with this foundation. I feel like this foundation was really slept on, but it's kind of getting the praise that it deserves because it does what it needs to do. It's so good. Whee! And then I could bronze and everything, and you would kind of see everything come back together. But that's where full coverage foundation kind of comes back, is once you start to add all the rest of the frosting to it. But at first, it will be scary. First, it's scary. Bless y'all. Nice. Look at that. And I know that we're thinking full coverage and we're thinking heavy, but when you have the right tool with the right formula, it just turns into magic. And I wish that you could touch my skin, because you would even see that it just does not feel heavy in any way. Not at all. Not even once we set it. I'm gonna lightly set it. Let me just smooth this out a little bit. Everybody's taking a nap. Doug's over here. Dougie's my dog. I forget this isn't my story, so a lot of you might not know. You know, to be honest, I don't really share a whole lot about my life anyways, but I have a cat and a dog, and I have another kitty cat, but he's a grump. He honestly wants to be left out of social media. Judah doesn't want no part of this. But the kitty cat, Douglas is the dog, Jean is the cat, and they are in my makeup room every single day. So I do daily tutorials on my IG story, except for today because we're doing a live. But in case you're wondering what's going on with that. Alrighty. Oh no, okay, I want somebody to screen record how my voice sounds. Maybe IG thinks I would sound better the way that it's making me sound. I'm auto-tuned. Julia said they're auto-tuning me. I need it. Okay, this looks just divine. Really quickly, I'm going to just add, what do I have here? Oh, I have the Perfect Press powder. So if I wanted to add just a little bit more coverage, I could. And then again, I would still use this brush. I'm gonna actually add it over here. And the way that the brush lays down the powder, it just never looks too powdery. Do you see this? Because I still have the sheen. Oh, it looks so good. And this one is different from the powder foundation. So this is just a nice pressed powder. So this isn't gonna, teaching moment. So this isn't gonna have as much pigment as a powder foundation. So this one is something that I would use for a touch up. I would just bring it with me. I wear shade light in this. If you want to pin this, this is just their perfect pressed powder.
Yeah, I got it. Your brush.
That was the C41. So anytime I'm using powders, I'm going to do the C41. I'm just waiting. Oh, it made my voice deep. I love this for me. I love it. Thank you. So that's what I was using right now. But again, I was waiting for that to come through because then I can have all my thoughts. But for something like this, it just doesn't have the same amount of pigment. Oh God, there's something on my hand. You can see that you can perfectly still see, but my little pores here on my hand are more blurred. Wipe that off of Sheila. So yeah. The way that they all pair together, and this is one of the reasons Rose and Ben Beauty, we felt like this kind of partnership between Cover FX, this come together of brushes and product was so perfect, because these are just products that I use all the time, obviously, but it's also about the way that these formulas just really, they both enhance one another. The brushes enhance the makeup enhances the experience with the brush, and it's just, I mean, honestly, it's a match made in makeup heaven. I say that all the time. But yes, you could absolutely set with the powder that is pinned right now. So again, this is not the powder foundation, and you'll see the difference in the packaging. This one kind of has, it's a little bit thicker, different color, and then this one's just the more silver and it's thinner, which I actually like, because if I want to take this with me, I like that it's thinner. But that's what I have on there. And I'm gonna add a little bit here. Look at how pretty that is. I'm trying to read here. Oh, y'all are so sweet. That looks so good. I kind of want to just throw on a little bit of bronzer. I think that, I don't know what happened to that one. Well, I'll, if you want to know what else I use, I don't want to use that one. Whew. That was something new that we haven't talked about yet. I didn't enjoy it. So really quickly, I'm just going to throw on a little bit just so you can see. I'll just throw it on my forehead so you can see that difference. And that right there just kind of speaks to how important it is to not be afraid of picking a full coverage foundation. Because once it gets, when you start to add all of that frosting, is what I like to call it, back, I mean, just look at that. It makes a difference. So that's all I was going to add. And the bronzer you've seen me use 1,000 times. And this is all about Cover FX today and Rose and Ben Beauty. All right. If you have any questions, now is the time. Oh, that looks so good. I should set it more, but I'm just going to leave it because I was going to hop off and film some more fun stuff. All right. Yeah, so what we learned here today. What kind of brush you would want for the type of coverage. So you sit down to your makeup, you go, what kind of coverage am I after today? Do I want to just throw on makeup in a hurry? C41. Or do I need to do a little bit more coverage and go a little bit more spicy? C42. And then we also learned that for maximum coverage, you're going to get this. You want that cream foundation. Okay, but also, we also learned, do not be frightened when picking out a full coverage foundation. It took me the longest time to just not be afraid of really lots of things in makeup, but I remember full coverage foundation was so intimidating because I couldn't understand that all I really needed to do was focus on the undertone, and then everything else would come together later. And then we also, what else did we learn? Oh, the Power Play, which we're gonna go back. I'm gonna pin this really quickly because a lot of you want to know about the glass skin, but we're not there. Going right back. I will not forget. The Power, did I put it away because I'm trying to tidy my thing? What did I do with it? RUNNOFT? I'm looking. The Power Play Foundation.
Right.
Where's there?
Next to the water bottle.
Bless you. Yeah, why is it over there? But this one is more of my everyday. This is the Power Play Foundation. And then for me, I do like a little extra coverage. I do. You could still use the C41. Remember? Lighter coverage, C41. You could still use that one with this. But for me, even my everyday, I'm a glam girl. Look at me on here. This right here, this is my besties right here. C42 Power Play Foundation. It's my jam, and it has been since the new bottle came back. And then for that, the glass skin, if you want to type this one out, you're the best. Here, my comments are stuck. There we go. Yes, so if you want that glass skin look, and I think we should do a glass skin tutorial, and we will obviously be using this. So if you have any kind of drying spots around your nose, I would recommend a face oil, but probably not as much as you would think. I'm talking a whisper of face oil, because that's what I do whenever I go heavy with my retinol, and foundations tend to get a little clingy. Face oil. But here, just, where's my face oil? Is it over there? If it's over there, don't worry about it. Honestly, I'll just show you in terms of, I'll just show you with my cellar water that where it won't even run down. See, it won't even go anywhere. It's just enough to kind of stay here on my fingertip. That's how much. So the next thing, we're gonna do a tutorial with this, but any kind of tinted moisturizer, C41 is going to just love it. And then also powder foundation. But again, if you want that extra coverage with your powder foundation, go back to a dense brush. Ben, are you helping? You're so sweet. Honestly, it takes a village around here. I'm a mess. But I'm a hydrated mess. Asking about that new concealer brush, you didn't see anything. No, you didn't. I love you all so much.
Email.
Okay, and then I think we're almost done here. I've honestly had so much fun, but before I hop off, I do want to remind you, do not feel obligated, but it would warm my heart, and I'm so appreciative if you are wanting to know more about the surprises and this fun Cover FX Rose and Ben Beauty kind of collab that we're doing. Make sure you're signed up for emails. You can sign up with Cover FX on their website, sign up over on Rose and Ben Beauty. You can sign up on both. Appreciate you so much. It's very exciting. This is honestly a dream come true. It really truly is. And y'all are the best. Oh, Ben said new things coming in May. We're all taken aback. Straight from the office. Straight from the office across the hall. One more time, I know I'm repetitive, but I want to thank you for making this obviously easy on me, but also making this so much fun for the community. You come together, and I see it in my comments every day. You help each other. You're thoughtful. You're caring. It's just, this is a place I would want to go. If I was to find a page like this, I think I'd be set, because we are helpful, we are kind, we are thoughtful, and I love you all so much. And I just thank you all so much for just being so kind, because we just can't have enough of that. So I love y'all. Make sure you're signed up for the emails. I'm repetitive only because it's exciting and you want the fun stuff. And I will save this. It'll be saved. And I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining.